Hey guys, I have gotten a new guitar, Les Paul Faded. I'm going to do a video on it actually and review it. Golly, my counters are messy. God, I look like a hoarder. But I wanted to do a review on this product. I've not even seen it yet. I just got the package in the mail. I love the tone of Les Pauls and they feel good, they sound good. I don't really like 22 or 21 fret guitars nearly as much as 24 because I'm just so used to that scale, which is why in my prior video you'd seen the review on 24 fret Les Paul. I ended up sending it, selling it. I didn't keep it, but I did find a good deal on a Les Paul Faded. It's a kind of a stripped down economy version of Les Paul. You guys can look it up. I'm going to do a review on it so you'll see a little more in depth. But Les Pauls in general are notorious because of the string, the nut break angle for not staying in tune. And I took it to a gig and played it. I tried to play it exclusively all night long and it just wouldn't stay in tune. And so long story short, I found a solution online called the String Butler. So I just got the String Butler and I haven't even taken it out yet. I cut the top off and I'm gonna look at it for the first time with you guys. There it is. String Butler. So what you do is that thing you see those two C's on the bottom of the triangle that are facing like outward C's? You put those on the bottom two. It anchors in there. And then the strings from strings 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 will be routed to those little silver posts there so that the break angles are straight. They don't come off the nut and then immediately go off to the side. That's the problem, is because that friction binds the string and it won't slip through the nut. It should go straight across. This is why all the good guitar designs, the ones that stay in tune the best, they're either locked at the nut or they go straight across the nut so that it'll have that friction. So this, or less friction, this enables them to be straight across the nut until they reach this, and then this breaks the angle off to go to the posts. So we'll see if that helps the Les Paul, any Les Paul. It's not just this Faded that I have. Any Les Paul stay in tune better. We'll see. All right, I don't have my my table space to put my little nice pad on and stuff, so I'm just sitting in my lap here on the couch. And I've loosened these strings all up really, really loose. I'm gonna have to de-string these two because that's where the little C anchors go into. The rest of it I can just loosen the strings up and then force them around those beads or those little pulley posts. So I'm gonna take those strings off of those and then try to anchor that piece. All right, I unwound this first string. I'm gonna use it actually. It's not a bad string. Hopefully it'll stay. But I got this piece there. It's a 10 millimeter. Pull that off, set it down, and then there's that little piece right there. I don't think I need to put, see, this is going to slide into it like that. So I think that piece right there is probably enough to not need the washer. But I could put the washer. Here's the washer it comes with. I think it's going to scratch your, what, post? I don't care about that. It's the top part of that thing. I don't think it's going to do any damage. Oh, the bottom of them is smooth. It doesn't look abrasive. I'll leave the washers off for now. See if I need it. It adds a little bit of a thickness, which will raise that. So I want to avoid that if I can. But I'll do the other side and put it on. So I did go ahead and take those two silver little washers off right there and put those two black washers on. And I'm going to see if, how would I do this? It needs to go, oh shoot, it needs to slide down. Yeah, see, I need to be under it and just come straight down. Those strings are going to have to be maybe even taken off. I might have to just use two hands and hold them out of the way. So that part might be hard to do in film, but I need to get this in here basically. I ended up with one hand just loosening up those two there because they had more windings, pulling it over and keeping tension like this. And then I used one hand and slid the right side first and then set that part down because you have to be under them. Now when I re-put these strings back, I'm going to route them through those breakpoints, those posts that are sticking out. I'll show you what it looks like from the, they're pulley-like the top of a guitar post, so they mimic that action. So I'll show you two things. A, I put the silver cap on top of it and then put that little nut hex piece into place. B, I'm going to go ahead and route this one in here, but there's a piece there that slides up and down like so, and that's where you want to set this string, is so that it grabs it where it can roll up or down as needed. So it fits inside that little yo-yo looking piece right there. Just make sure you get it in that groove. Here's what it looks like with those on, and I snugged those pieces here down. I don't have it tight yet, it's still pretty loose, but I'm going to try to rewire those other two strings in and not have to use new strings because I'm lazy. All right, just for constant's sake, I've put my little strobe tuner, it's a Peterson digital strobe tuner on the head, and I've tuned it all back up. I got those old strings back on, they seem pretty secure. I'm going to do stretching to see if any of it slips through the windings of the 1st and 6th that I used over, because, you know, the wind's going to be a little bit shittier on the second go around like that. So I'll stretch them out and then I'll tune again, and we'll see how how it stays. Usually it's 3 songs. Usually I can jam 3 songs and something's out of tune. So we'll see how it goes. Actually, I might even show you footage of me getting it tuned up. All right, I'm tuned. Here's that. Let me show you what it is. This is the one that I use. It's a Peterson digital strobe tuner. Works great. I don't know if you guys have ever used a strobe tuner. I'll make a video on that too, actually, how they work, because that confused me until I understood it. But we tune a half step flat, so that means that this low E should be actually D sharp. And I'll get it there. You don't need any sound, it's vibration. Pretty good. Good. C sharp, just a little flat. Good. F sharp, a little flat. There we go. A sharp, B sharp. They're all in tune. I'm going to do just a little bit of pulling here to stretch. The strings have been stretched really well already. I've already played 2 gigs with this guitar. But again, I did those windings again on the post. The nut's been lubricated really good with slip sauce, or what it's Fender's little thing. They give you the Q-tip that you apply to the nut. See, it's already flat. Okay. I'm going to do this one, stretch it a little bit. Honestly, I should stretch them all, because putting that tree, the Butler, on there might have screwed with it. So I'll just stretch them all and edit this video. Got them all pretty much tuned up and staying stable. Here's my G. Not too bad. All right, I'll do a final tune. I'll rock out about 3 songs, and we'll see how variants we get for the tuning stability the String Butler is supposed to fix. Before I play it out, I'm going to see one more time where the strings are. I just tuned them again, and I'll go through each one. Again, remember, this is a half step flat, so it might look a little weird to you, but rolling a little bit sharp, actually, so. There we go. And good for the A. Good for the D. Good for the G. Little flat. I could hear it. kind of usually like that string just a hair flat, but I'll go ahead and tune it up for the sake of this video. Yeah, here we go. That's the B string. High E. Okay, I'm gonna play a few songs and get back to this in about, we'll say 4 songs. I played about, I don't know, 10 songs. There were a few strings that did come out of tune, not as bad as they did before. And plus I had those strings that were, you know, kind of used, and I stretched them a lot more. And the low E especially needed, you know, that post windings needed to tight in better. I'm actually going to take it to my gig we have tonight, and I'm going to play it again for a good amount of the songs. And I'll come back in the morning and film what my final thoughts are on the String Butler. Well, guys, here it is. It's been more than a day. It's been a few days. I've been sick with COVID over this last couple of days and not playing much, and I feel better now. I wanted to finish the video though and say that the verdict on this String Butler is it works. So it's a Les Paul, and it doesn't have, you know, the best keys and the best nut anyway, so it's gonna be ish, but it stays in tune 100% better than it did. Literally, I can go probably, I don't know, 5 songs, 10 songs before I have to start thinking about it, but I'm getting it good. String's got to be stretched well, of course, and I think these are worn in now, but if you look at that, man, it's making the strings come straight across the nut before they hit that Butler there. Butler looks like the Batman symbol, doesn't it? And then it makes them bend right there at the Butler instead of at the nut. And so it's staying in tune fabulously better. It cleans up really good on the front. I can get the bends in there, man. Those bends that a floating trim won't do, where they stay in tune. But it's so yeah, I'd have to say my verdict on the String Butler for a Les Paul to keep it in tune, it works. It's worth the money. I think I spent about 55, 60 bucks through Amazon. You have to get one that fits your, you got to measure between the posts down there at the bottom, that bottom post and the top post. You got to measure it so you know which one fits yours. I think they have 3 different models. And I got the right one. You guys saw how I installed it. I played it at a gig already, and it did great. I needed to stretch the strings a little bit since I unstrung them, but if you put this on a newly strung guitar and stretch your strings well, you'll be happy that you bought this product. So I'm happy that I bought it. I'll probably play this thing a lot more now. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.